On behalf of the Sustainability Reporting Standard Board of ICAI, I, Jyoti Singh, extend a warm welcome to all of you to the 17th session of our webinar series, Demystifying Sustainability Catalyzing Growth. Today's session is centered around a critical theme, responsible ESG, protecting reputation with purpose. We are honored to have with us CA Preeti Savla G, Chairperson SRSB in her absentia, our esteemed speaker Mr. Devesh Gule, and our moderator for today CA Manisha Rakheja and CA Bhavik Vira. Let us now begin. I would like to invite CA Bhavik Viraji to kindly take the session forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me start with the introduction of our chairperson. CA Preeti Parasavla is a Central Council member and also holds key roles as a chairperson of the Sustainability Reporting Standard Board and the Women and Young Members Excellence Committee, vice chairperson of the Corporate Laws and Governance Committee, and Group on Enabling Lifestyle for Environment Life, and is on the board of Discipline and other committees as well. Internationally, she represents India on the IFRS Foundation's ISSB Sustainability Standards Advisory Forum and has chaired the SAFA Sustainability Board. In the corporate world, she served as a public interest director at NSC Clearing Limited and is an independent director and audit committee chair for several leading companies. Her contributions extend to social impact initiatives as director and at the Institute of Social Auditors of India and as a governing council member of Social Stock Exchange BSC. A noted speaker and mentor, she has been instrumental in launching several noteworthy key initiatives in the sustainability boards and women committee of ICAI.
Yeah, thanks, Bhavik. I'm sure our vice chairman, Sanjeev Kumar Singhal is a who's also a central council member with 26 years of experience, and he's a partner in SR Bartley Boys. He's the founder chairman of SRSB and currently chairing the Accounting Standards Board and Group on Impact Reporting, and also the vice chairman of the SRSB and Development of International Trade Services and WTO Directorate. He has significant involvement with SEBI and Niti Aayog panels on SDGs and SSEs. Internationally, he has chaired the 39th and 40th sessions of UNCAD ISAR and participated in various global standard setting committees. He is a prolific speaker and author with over 1,200 lectures delivered worldwide and numerous publications on accounting standards. Damini, is any of them joining us? Preeti ma'am or Sanjeev sir?
Not yet.
Should I go ahead with Devesh sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Welcome Devesh Gule sir. He's an engineer from NIT and postgraduate from IIT. MTech, Environmental Science and Engineering, Post-Diploma in Industrial Safety, RLI Kanpur, Topper, Workplace Monitoring Level 4, Indonesia, IFLAP, Australia, Lead Auditor, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, Advanced Diploma in Fire Safety. He's a certified ESG impact leader from ICA, BRSR, IMM, lots of degrees, sir. Devesh Gule sir is a dedicated environmental, occupational health and safety professional with overall experience of close to 25 years in diversified industry in construction, manufacturing, mining at grassroots site level and corporate level. Also facility management, cement sector, captive power plant, refinery expansion, etc. Handle infrastructure projects like power plant, steel, dams, nuclear plants, tunneling, metro, road, pipeline, and transmission line. A very warm welcome, sir. I would like you to continue the session, please, sir. Sir, you are mute, please.
Oh, okay. So thank you, Manisha, and all the ICI team and all the members and those who joined. Welcome to them, and thanks for this opportunity given to me to conduct this session. Hope this is useful to all of you. And Can I share the slide?
Yes,
Sure,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Savan, can we share the slides?
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
Yeah, great. So last of a couple of weeks back, I got a call from Damini ji regarding the session to for ESG, BRSR at this point of view, and the most of the audience from the CA. So that was the biggest new audience because as a national seminar conference, my audience was totally different. Now this pretty well, I think, is being challenged to me, and I was thinking which type of topic I should take it because 16th session is already been covered, which I thought most technicals and other thing. Now I feel that what is the need of the industry and where are the gaps are there in because we studied all the in the ESG field we always study different sector and companies ESG report, what is going on, what are the best practices, we want to benchmark it, so we always do. And based on this study, these are the few common I will say some are the gaps, or you can say the improvement points. So we observe that. And these are very critical, very high risk. Some may be the intentional, some maybe may not be intentional. Some may be the due to lack of awareness and other thing. But this is a very cost to the company in terms of the brand image and other thing. Now today's is very digital world, so every data, everything is available, fraction of seconds. So it's a very cautious to report. And at present scenario, the ESG, BRS are being considered as a data reporting. Let the data should go into the portal as a part of compliance. But ESG is beyond the compliance towards the profit also, and we observe now. But the present sessions is not to how to wait to get the profits and other thing. I'm not going to link with respect to that. That will be much more adding to the some technical persons and other things, but of course the CA also. But here I want to see to make emphasize what are the small micro learning which is being omitted or sometimes missed in our mind, and because of the interpretation issue of the legislation here and there and the law requirement and lack of integration. So what are the challenges in the industry that I want to discuss with all of you guys? That is the things. So hopes this session will be useful to all of you and good value addition. So this is my brief already done, and I'm in the mission of that every place should be zero harm. Zero harm generally considered in the safety terms. My thought is this: why not zero harm to people, planet, and profit at Bharat? So I'm not talking about the India. So I'm started as a part of the one vertical of the NGO Jyotirgamay Foundation. So I dedicate my this year to this mission. So what are the different type of gaps, and we took a many session handholding sessions. So at this age 50 mid-year of age, that is much more our prime responsibility back to society. So this is my mission. I every slide you can find out this word is going to come. So it's not about the ESG, it for the office company, listed company, is basically a lifestyle, is basically a thought process. In future it will come, but this is about that. These are the nine contents we are going to discuss today, and I will try to wrap up as soon as possible, and so that the time should be saved to all of us. ESG, we know the ESG terminology, environment, social, and governance. I'm not going into the detail of academic lectures, but still one slide is there. ESG stand for environment, social, governance. It encompasses the criteria evaluate the company's ethical impact and sustainability practices. Here is the most important thing is sometimes we forget the purpose of ESG. ESG is not about the only the data reporting. Am I audible? Now? I think somewhere. Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
are
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Okay. There's some network issues. Can and is about that long-term business success. If you see, there are the many hundreds of cases, not only in India and Many people doesn't know about what are the different cases lying with respect to environment failure, with respect to social failure, with respect to governance failures. And because of that, the company is not able to run. And that is a much more important aspect, which as a now ESG is not about the compliance criteria, is an investment tool. I just want to share, I attended a one investor meet in India. What is the ironically in that investor meet? I met with, I'm not going to take the name of very branded company and listed company, entrepreneurs, Shark Tanks, people I met with them. There is a Bollywood entrepreneur people also there. There are many, many big varieties of, chunk of people's, successful people's in terms of financial success of people. I met with them. You know what I observed? It was a 2 day session in Mumbai, and I had talked about, I'm the only person, probably two persons was from the ESG. You can imagine. And when I discussed about the ESG, and this is ironically fact, nobody interested. This is ironically fact. I'm talking about the very frankly speaking. But in the last session, one person in that forum, as a speaker, he is a part of acquisition merger. He said, ESG is a gateway for the foreign investment. Then the whole gamut changed toward the discussion. That is the things, even to today we are buying the shares and other thing based on the financial market trend, market sentiments, and different curves, patterns, and other thing. But ESG is still very far away in terms of understanding and implementing the concept. So that is somewhere we need to very far away, because European countries are very much impacted. Now you can see the 40-degree in the France and other area. Right now we are in the region, so we are not much more understanding the impact. Already we are getting the impact of environment ESG impact, but the case study still very far away. We are not aware about the environmental impact. It is not very much in detail in our academic session, unfortunately. It is not very much in detail the impact. Unfortunately, ESG started to come as a part of compliance, but why we are doing, what are the different losses happen, it is not been discussed. So it is not been discussed, because of that people are not sensitive towards that. That is unfortunately. And that was the things. But this session, I will request one session has to be done. Why ESG? What are the different losses happen to the Indian industry? So that will be much more probably helpful. The ESG, journey will start. I will say this CB circular in 2012. I will say it is started on that. Yeah. And how it affects, it's not only about the compliance part, it's about the brand image also. So many companies started to being impacted. One question is came to us, not come to us, to the international forum. Oil and gas, very good ESG standard. But ironically, if you see the oil and gas, what they are doing, and there is air pollution, there is a sea pollution, everywhere there is a pollution. So, but there was somewhere to look into that risk factors and other aspect also. And today we are going to most important part. What are the missing into the our reporting system and structure? What are the things? Yeah, and this is very very important. So awareness part, this is a very good initiative by the ICA team for building awareness session education of this. And my thought is to bring the gaps. What is the going on into the industry level? I'm not putting in this presentation any company name. I'm not representing any company here in present scenario. This is only the presentation on behalf of our experiences into this. So many people ask to me how you can get the guideline of SEBI. This is a basic. Sometimes C also asked to me is another thing, but they knows. But these are the SEBI related things. These are the SEBI circulars are like this, are available into the net. You can search only the ESG and BRSR and BRR, 3 4 words. You can get it each and everything, all the things. So these are the some core BRSR also. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but these are the some requirements are there. Here, the most important part in ESG drive the awareness to the director level. Right now the Indian challenge is this, the understanding about the ESG at the director board of directors is one of the challenge part. So they are is not able to drive in a good way. So that is one of the challenge that but the commitment from the leadership, it has to be come forward. And policy deployment is one of the things. The policy understanding about the policy is also one of the question mark. I My past experiences about that policy. People says policy is about the one page policy. People say one page policy is my policy. Whether it's a safety policy, sustainability policy, carbon footprint policy, water related, waste management hierarchy policy, there are many one page policy or two page policy. But many hardly director, even I will say the managing director level, CEO director level, and we forget about the CFO. But there are many people even don't know what is the requirement as per the for factory plant related. There is a policy criteria. There is a multiple pages, multiple requirement into the policy documents. That is unfortunately 1948. This law is coming to the force since 1948 till date. All our most of the Indian industry, I will not say the all, most of the industry, not our policy are in line with respect to since 1948 policy. This is the things some company have that because of the drive by the factory inspector. Now I'm talking about the port. It's the same scenario. Construction BOCW rules are there. It is also the same with respect to that also. And policy is not about that one page statement. It's about that how we are going to implement. Policy is not only the management intent to write on in a one page, two page. How we are going to implement it. What is the responsibility each and it's a doc. It's a document doc also. What is the frequency of meeting? How it is going to be escalated? It's a multiple implementation part is also important. But unfortunately, when I see some company is a good branded company, they put it like posh policy, very good details in terms of the policy, not only one page policy, the complete detail of that how to implement it. So what happened in the BRSR policy is there, just I have done the policy, did who is going to read the policy? Is investors going to read the policy? No. Probably rating agency may come if they have the understanding about the all the details, they may come. But my urge is that policy should encompasses with the with respect to the implementation part, review part. It should be like a hummingbird cycle. Without, if you will not hummingbird cycle, PDCA cycle, so none of the management system will going to work. Okay. So now coming to the BRSR integration, this is one of the biggest challenge. It is going to come repetitive words. Uh, Integration. There is a ESG department, some good branded company. They are working, collating the data from all the people. They are sending the dashboard, fill the format. For example, I'm talking about the safety part. They are sending the what is the LTI data, LTIFR. They are giving the data of the LTIFR. This is a very important thing. And what is the definition of LTI? Most of the company has a different definition with respect to LTI. Some consider LTI with respect to different life, lost time and other thing. But in what is the definition as per the CB core and other thing? It's a business loss also. So these are the definitions. Fundamentals are not aligned with respect to. Now there are the permanent workers and permanent employees. Worker definition in respect to CB. There are some challenges with respect to definition also, but we need to report the data as per this. Like there is a fatality definition in the core with respect to the which reports to the insurance and factory inspector. But what about the labor inspector? So we need to make it in a disclaimer in a proper way. This fatality with respect to as per the whatever the CB guideline with respect to the plant director factory inspector, but there is a dock inspector, there is a labor inspector. So many people are not reporting their fatality with whatever happening with respect to construction site because the definition does not involve. Some are very smart. So these are the still there is a long way to go. India with respect to the guideline, uh, but these are the because tomorrow someone will come and ask you, you have not reported. If the CFO is the spokesperson for this thing, for the BRSR report, he will ask you why you are not reported, why there is a fatality. Then what will be your answer? So this one of the people should know. You can give the proper disclaimer. That is a much more in terms of the qualitative aspect is very important. The integration, whatever the guideline, it has to be communicated to all the key functional departments as well as integrate into their respective manuals. That is the big important gaps happen. Many people says it's a data. Many consultant also, many good branded consultants also will come. Sir, this is a data. I give the data template to you, and you submit the data. I will collect the data. I will convert into the units. I will give it to back to you. Nobody is going to give the deep diving. Nobody have the time, because the time is money, and we are not going to pay the money for the, we are also going for the L1 consultants and other thing. So this is one of the biggest cost to the company in future. Tomorrow anyone can, even employee can raise the issue. Sir, this is the fatality, this is the incident happened, but they have not reported into BRSR report. They can complain to the CB and many other forum. What will happen? So today, probably we are not sensitized about this, but today we need to be very much sensitized about it. Once the slowly awareness will go with respect to ESG, every employee will getting the awareness. They will check, in my company this incident happened, this is a pollution happened, this is violation happened, and are you doing or not? This employee is going to be main powerful. Even tomorrow, today, many job losses happens here and there, but they may screw the company also. So this is the very one of the very big risk while we are reporting the data publicly. So we need to be understand that. Nine principles, we know that this is a beautiful, nine principles are there: ethics, product responsibility, employee wellness, stakeholder engagement, human rights, sustainability, public policy, inclusive development, and consumer responsibility. These are the nine areas they talked about that we need to work upon it. There is some principles are there with respect to that. There are some certain KPIs, leadership KPIs, essential KPI indicators like this. So these are the few principles. I'm not going to read the whole principles. All of you are aware about this. But the most important thing is this: the intent of the principle probably is missing while we are reporting the data. That I want to say. So, business should conduct and govern themselves with integrity and in a manner that is ethical, transparent, and accountability. Governance is a very, very important part. I saw, probably, I don't know what is the rating of the governance is come out in future, but governance is about the qualitative aspect. How to convert the qualitative aspect to quantitative aspect is one of the challenge. You can put the tick box. I have the policy. I have the this. I have the complaint register. I have the this. I have the this. But in reality, in the governance part, most of the company fell into the governance part, and that is one of the very, very important. And there are the another things with respect to industry which I observed in the last decades. There the two mouths are there. One is what we are writing, what we are telling, and what we are doing. Both are totally different. So once you work and part of any things, you will come to know. So two things are very, very different in scenario: what doing and what saying, and what doing, how to capture it. It is also one of the challenge. But government norms, government is going very digitized and is going to come very soon. So this is also going to impact, and is also one of the risks. Product responsibility, there's a many question with respect to, if you see, question answers are there. Are we understanding all the points or not? So I think hardly people read this, all the nine principles. And intent of the nine principles is very important before preparing any report. That's a very, very important. So my one of the takeaway, I just want to make a point like this: before writing anything, just see the all the points. Next, I'm coming to the most important part, which I want to make it here. There are the clarity and definition of permanent employee, permanent definition, and workers. This is the definitions they have given in the CB. But are we considering the apprentice? This apprentice comes under the definition of this. So we need to understand this definition properly, and we need to report the data properly. What happened in present scenario in most of the some of the, or you say most of the company, the data's what they are showing, this definition as per their own verdicts. This is my permanent employee, this is my permanent workers, and this is my only worker, contractual workers, non-permanent workers. But what about the apprentice and apps and other things? So their accident data, their training data, they are well-being, all the things. So it what about that also? Are these data are being separate out? Are these data is collated? So this data integration and data management is one of the very critical thing. Now people are buying many costly softwares. Are these data are aware about, are these software aligned with respect to softwares, with respect to these definitions or not? This is a very important things. I could hardly find out many things. So this is the things which I want to highlight. And these are the definition. I'm not going to read this definition. This is for the information. Many hardly people knows about the definition is also part of these things. Uh, the LTA which I already told, the understanding about the lost time is different company to company. Most of the company has a different definitions. Many people see lost time is with respect to absenteeism. While there is a tangent, if you see in the European definition of the lost time and Australian definition of the lost time is little bit something different. And what is the CB lost time? There is the word business loss. If one person happened with some injury, if he's absent due to his absenteeism, is there any business loss? Or this job is replaced by another person? For example, there is a one EOT crane operator is come to any injury, he's not able to come to the office and factory premises construction site, and the work stoppages happens. Because of these work stoppages leads to business losses, and this business loss is due to the lost time injury. So see, the it's a small thing, and if the person is replaced by another person, there is no business loss. Is it a LTI? There is a LTI definition as per the IS code also, but here we need to follow the CB definition. So somewhere we need to think about it, each and every aspect also. So this is one of the biggest challenge. I don't know many industry people today present or not, but this is a very important things. And lots of brainstorming has to be done in terms of definitions also. But whatever the definition is there, it align. Now the coming to this sides, the holding subsidiary associate company, there is a very much in detail, it is a very clear cut, all subsidiary associated company, SPVs and joint venture, it has to be elected. Many good companies are adding all the things, but still there are the many companies they have not added. The concept is this, sir, it is a new plant. We have not implemented the system. It is a new site and other thing, SPV, we have not implemented the system. So we don't want to add into it. Next year onward, we will add it. Next year onward, we will add it. What is this? So this is, I say, I don't know, it's a blunder or what, but this is the happening. This thought process is happening. And there is a liberty also, something you can give the declaration, other thing, disclaimer. But this is very important. And once it will be digitized and interlinked with respect to all the MCA portal, then probably this problem will solve. But everything is a self-disclosure is also one of the question mark. No, the transparency disclosure of the complaint and grievances. This is one of the biggest gray area, and anybody can screw. Now people are started to complain when this once we do a lots of training on ESG and other thing. People are getting aware. They see their company's annual report. Hardly employee today see them company report, but nowadays everyone see this. They see there are the vendors lots of complaints, delaying payments, many things, safety complaints and other things. And also there is a many people understanding which I have observed in many companies BRS report. Complaint is different, observation is different. Some people are identifying safety observation is not a complaint. Some people reporting any observation is not a complaint. So people need to understand that each and every word, that what is complaint. Probably this complaint is the definition is not there, but the complaint and raising the points and both are little bit different. So this also need to be clarified in terms of definitions also, and it has to be honestly declared. And tomorrow, if any vendor see any right now the vendor is not aware about ESG, tomorrow they are going to be well aware about, because the scope 3 will come, and supply chain management, upstream downstream will come. Then it is their awareness will come, and they are going to screw the company. Look what you reported and what is the situations. Is the escalation system part of the appointment letter? This is one of the best practice I want to highlight. So you can add it, because many people doesn't know how to escalate. Even posh, is the contractor workers, is the posh policy, are they covered or not? Is it only for employee? Is it only for employee? It's for the contractor actually. For the contractor, you go to any construction sites. How the POSH is implemented at the construction sites? We need to implement it. And here we are saying we have the POSH policy, annual reports, everything is there. But in ground reality, it is not there. So as a CFO, as a CA, we need to be much more focused. We should not be, today's world, like this, people are asking, ये हो गया क्या, ये पॉश पॉलिसी है क्या, ये है, everything is okay, perfect, done, perfect. This is how the people review the things. But at least we need to give the deep diving, and we can screw out. Make the effectiveness and adequacy of the system is very, very important. Is it the vendor is aware about the things or not? At your entrance, is there vigilance and all the policy are being displayed or not promptly? Escalation phone number, email IDs are there or not? These are very, very important. I personally saw a few posh cases also. There are the many strange. If you complain it and if you resign the company, then you are going to be asked, you want to take back your complaint, posh complaint? If you want to continue the posh complaint, then you need to come our office every day, up to 3 months. Or she is going to lose her job? Is it possible for her? Is it mentioned in your policy? Now many people are are aware about the Posh and CB listed company. They may screw you, such that they may record your statement. Even the such type of statement given not only by the giants, this is given by the female in the top of it. But these are the effectiveness of the investigations and other thing, because that person is close relation to the HR. There is a good lobbies and other things, so it should not happen. Somewhere we need to be very ethical. But what the ethical ESG governance ethical, it should be walk the talk. And tomorrow, if you will not do the walk the talk as a leader, then any lady will give a complaint against you to the SEBI and national medias and other thing. Then what will happen? It's a very sensitive subject. So we need to be very vigilant about this thing. It should not happen. I have the everything perfect. No. If person resign, new person will come, your risk again start from the zero. Very good branded companies also, it happens. In spite of their, many people will say, I am the best, but something in reality always be different. But so my point of the CAs and other thing, go into the detail. Walk the talk is very, very important to understand and implement it. Now, next point, if you talk about the number of location, I have taken few samples where the common mistakes are there, which is a very common is that people are not reporting the actual number with respect to their warehouses and other things. It is being hidden areas and other things. So it should not happen. You are a construction company. There's something that you have some warehouses related also. You are manufacturing. There's some warehouses in spite of things. Are we adding all the details or not? We are not adding. Sometimes some people are not adding. So we need to see holistically, and give the deep root, and the self assessment is very very important. And second part, if you are hiring any consultants, if you are hiring any consultant, it should be, it should have maker checker. What happened? There is a ESG department. I will tell you what is happening. ESG department hiring the consultant, or EHS department hiring the consultant. He's identified some biggest flaw. The department will not allow him to raise this point, because there is a maker checker. If he raise this point will goes to that department person. He don't want. So if you want any consultant for any department, it should be under the some other CA than other department, so that the maker checker will be different. So many things is being identified by a few consultants also. Very good point, but it is not escalate to the top levels and other thing. So this is also one of the challenge. But we are paying lakhs and crores of rupees, but we are not getting the value addition because of the maker checker. He want to suppress the consultant voice also. So that is also happening. So we need to give, every senior leaders should not consider VRSR report, should not take it lightly. They will take it very seriously. They should spend time to review. Time spent is very important. It's not that this is done. Give some brainstorming. If you feel this is correct, give some brainstorming. Sometimes tunnel vision also happen. That is, take a different perspective also. That's very important. Next point, if you see the material responsible, business conduct issues, that is also one of the most important, the materiality assessment and all the risk. If you see some good company, I'm not going to take the name of the good company, they're very good. There are the few couple of pages for the materiality assessments and other thing, and proper understanding. Financial impact, still it is one of the very concern area. Is it a negative impact or positive impact? What happening? This report prepared by someone very junior person or consultant, they publish and hardly people see it. Hardly people see it. It is a very beautiful template. I see a very beautiful, today's world is very beautiful. BRSR report is coming, but the quality of is very compromised. And what you are writing, do you understand the meaning of this? This is one of the biggest issue, and that is the things. So materiality assessment is one of the basic things. In spite of we talk about the material assessment has to be done very frequently or something like this. It's not a one-time job. We identify, oh, this is a carbon footprint, another thing. There is a global warming, another thing. But there's many other issues which you need to identify. You need to edit. It is for the benefit of the company. That is the main job of the risk department and audit department also. There's many CA today are working. Okay. Then going to the principal mapping. So, there are the policy with respect to principal mapping. So, all the understanding about this principle and what are the policy required. This is also mismatch. And second part is that the what the policy, quality of the policy is also one of the question mark. Policy is not about the one page statement, which I again repeat the same thing. It is a complete implementation plan. Who will do, how it will be done, when it will be done. 7W1 1H is everyone has to be very well documented. It should be part of these things, and you can link with respect to any SOPs are like this. This is a very very important part of that also. That is, the mapping is very important. What you are mapping with respect to which principle. We need to understand the principle. Then we need to map properly. What happened? Everyone is copy paste of the others BRS report. This is the new trend. Everyone has to benchmark 3 4 company. If the mistake is done by them, so I need to do the mistake same here. If it is a mistake done by the good branded company, then I need to follow the same mistake. This is, I also personally face the same issues. So that is also things. And second part is that waste management also. Sometimes I just link with respect to that. I just remember what is waste and what is the hierarchy of the waste management. Today we are talking about the 3R, reuse, recycle. Now the world is going towards a 10R. So you can think about the 10R principle of waste hierarchy. So, and what the question is about that, Some people talk about that waste, intermediate product waste also. There's a people are still, because of the definition is not given in the in CB, the interpretation of the waste is also different from each and every one. If any intermediate waste is generated, then it is been recycled, or some waste will consider the waste is generated at the final end of the thing, which is not at all in useful in the same premises. So definition of the waste is given in the environment rule. I don't know the definition with respect to the CBBRSR guidelines. It's not there, but we need to follow the definition of the environment rule. So proper connection of the dots is very important. Many people different type of waste they are considering. Intermediate product waste also they consider, and the final waste also consider. These are the things we need to be point to pointers. Next is that independent assessment and evaluations of the policy by agency. Hardly you see we identify the suppose 10 policy in mapping section A, and 10 policy, and what we are writing, only safety policy reviewed during the audit period, safety policy reviewed with respect to this period. But during the audit of any ISO system and audit, evaluation of policy is a separate entity. It's a separate gamut. Audit of the management system is as per the ISO system. If you do the audit of the policy, it takes a minimum 4 days and a sophisticated job and other thing. Hardly company will conduct the audit for the policy. But what the people are reporting, as per the ISO system, management system is being audited, and with respect to safety, environment, CSR, social assessment, and social accountability, and many things, they are being audited. But what happened is the policy audit or is the complete management system audit. Both things are totally different. Policy audit is about the complete system updates with respect to all the details. Whether if you audited the two policy, what happened about the rest policies? That is also we need to think about it. There are the independent assessment and audit. Both are little bit different. Audit and assessment are different. Evaluations is different. So we need to be go with respect to the words and other thing. So there are the many one questions of this: is the OHS assessment done or not? Some consultant we discuss, sir, you don't have the ISO system, so we will not consider you have done the OHS, means occupational safety and assessment system. That means you are wrongly reporting. OHS assessment is and audit are both are different. ISO certification are totally different. So this is also one of the biggest misunderstanding about that. But unfortunately, the question is always like this. And whether the people are reporting their units, only the plant and others, even most of the time, offices also not reported. What are the different offices, permanent or temporary, whatever things are there, it is also not reported. Warehouses also you forget about it. So this is also a concern areas. And now the things, it is one of the biggest which I observed that government, you can find out today's any government with respect to any violation, it is available over the net. Over the net, it is available. But most of the say everything is complied, everything is zero fine, zero penalty, and zero. While there are maybe there's hundreds of penalty, now it's available over the net. Over they upload, government is very transparent, they are uploading many things. If you even environment Parivesh portal, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, if you know the particular proposal number, if you can put it, anyone can access of any company's EI application rejected, why rejected, what are the comments, each and everything. And there are the many the government stays also. But tomorrow probably it may be linked with respect to the CV portal. Then the situation, this data will be differently changed. So this we need to be very cautious. But what you are reporting today, Everyone says, sir, I am here for the 2 3 years, but the company is going to survive for many years. So we should not report the wrong data. So this investors has to be very cautious about and need to see the seriousness about the data. The investor and board of director, especially the board of director, has to be see how the bottom line and especially the corporate level are they serious or not, and that is called we say we do the pulse assessment, dipstick assessment. We need to see that. Next is that R&D data cost. So general trend which I observed that whatever the expenditure conduct incurred by the R&D, every expenditure is been incorporated. But while it is only specifically asked with respect to the environment and social impact. But the cost will look low, and the R&D total office, even staff, wages, salary, whatever thing is that, and everything is considered here into it. So we need to see what is written. Capital expenditure, capex, is not the wages. Wages comes under the revenue. OPEX, that comes under the OPEX. So here, data issues are one of the biggest things. So while reporting, it has to be properly set the process, understanding what we need to add, what we should not add. So people are coming and going. Its attrition is very high today's world. So proper do and don'ts has to be demarcated. And this question is that section C, reclaim your product for reusing, recycling, disposing, and plastic e-waste. And so we should many even good companies also reclaiming an EPR of your own product. Both are different. Words are different. Reclaiming EPR is total about the holistic, uh, you know, reclaiming the all the product. If your word is like your product means specific to your company, which is not probably may not be possible, may not be possible. So we need to clearly state it that this is that. It is not reclaimed, but as a part of EPR, we are this was credit points and other thing we are doing and all these things. So that is somewhere probably the question framework is like this by the SEBI, but we need to understand and report it properly. Understanding the question, your product is very important. So we need to understand that properly. EPR and reclaim. Most of the people talk about we are giving to the recycler, we are giving to that. It's a very common sentence in all, but things are different. Yeah, EPR. EPR, the question, when the question is framed by CB, it was a little bit long back. But earlier, the EPR plan to submit the SPCB and CPCB. When SPCB was that plan, but now the EPR, the uh, credit points are there, so we need to write it properly. So that was earlier plan, but still the questions are there. But we need to write it properly so that there is a plan requirements was there and other thing. This is the EPR point is a complete portal systems are there. So CB also need to upgrade their questions also with respect to dynamic, changes happen with respect to the law, government law. So that is also a thing. But we need to understand it properly. Each read question properly, and we need to respond properly. Everyone, what happened? The consultant also many consultants are ESGs. Everyone is consultant, except those are working. Uh, those are working though only in the industry. Those are not working. They are in the consulting. This is somewhere the general philosophy. But that is one of the biggest. Everyone copy paste to each other's, benchmark each other. Everyone call to backend. What is this? What is this? Oh, he has written like this. I have to written like this. Everyone want to benchmark each other company. So one mistake is done by one company. Everyone is copy paste to other company. And who is going to read it? Who is going to comment it? And retirement benefits and other things. So there is a new trend. Everyone is hire and fire policy are there. Minimum age of the corporate is 50, unofficially is and other thing. There are many things are like this. So this is also we need to think about it. And accessibility of workplace. This is for special type of person with disability. But the question is, are we writing the things? Yes, we are complying everything. I always ask the questions, do we know the guideline of government guideline on the disability? What are the infrastructure, how to do? Very beautiful guideline 2016, I remember. It was there, and there is a act also. Who is going to read? Even their washrooms. Are the washrooms are prepared as per the guideline? Very few company. Can any disabled person can come? We need to write, no, there is no required of any disabled person to come in our office. If it is not there, not there. The toilet washrooms are there, their access passage are totally little bit different. There is some ramp is required. There's a very beautiful guidelines that we need to conduct the audit as per the act. Who conduct the audit? That is also one of the challenge. So as a CEAs and other participants, we need to really look into it. It should not be, it's very important. And if you as a CEO, as a CFO, if you communicate, show me the checklist of your audit you have done. Whether this is compliant, show me the checklist. If you will ask one question, probably there will be some good improvement happen in the within the company. So this what is the actionable point as a CFO? We need to ask part of checklist as a CFO, or you can as a strategy head or audit department head. So we need to ask for this checklist. We need to ask where is this guideline? Show me that. At least one time, everyone has to look into it. What are the legal requirement? What are the guideline? What are the IS code with respect to these questions? So I know everyone is busy, but if you are reporting anything, we need to spend time. We should not completely rely on the because consultant we are paying whatever X peanut and other thing. They also have to do many things. They hardly spend some time on other thing. This is also today's scenario, and they are also a very good consultant. I'm not talking about that. You are spending crores of rupees, and they are deploying the very fresher tools. Are they aware about these things? No, boss. Is there any academic system? Are they teaching about each and every detail of this act? I don't know. But this is one of the many interns I hired from very good institutions. When I ask about that, they're very good in English, very good talk about the high level, but what you would talk about the bottom level, act and rule detail, sorry, this is a different scenario. So we need to how what we can bridge the gaps of that. We need to ask the checklist, show me the gaps, show me the reports. Such type of questions is going to trigger the compliances. Yeah, employee and workers, there's a training data is asked. This is a very beautiful questions are there. What industry practice? They are maintaining the record of the training I have conducted. I have conducted a training of so person. They are getting the numbers. But the here is that how many employee you have or workers, permanent non-workers, and how many people receive the training. Individual worker wise, are we maintaining the data? Probably no. Probably may, yes or no, but this is one of the industry trend. It is our practices are a little bit different, and what the question is demanding is very different. Just example, office housekeeping staff. Are we adding their data? Do we have the whenever new office of housekeeping staff is coming? Are they being inducted on the occupational health and safety? It should be part of the induction of each and every person. Many companies, why it is less than 50%? They are reporting good, but it should be part of the process. As a CFO or auditor, you should ask. It should be part. You should ask to HR. It should be part of the induction. You cannot issue the ID card. Induction may be the 1 hour, 2 hour, or whatever the. There is a timeline is not required, but some briefing has to be done. No? There is a very much required. And I know. And again, the question is about that. Apprentice and NAP people. Again, there is another challenge. Most of the time, the all apprentice NAP data is also included into the employee and workers. So we need to see, is this data is appropriate, accurate or not? These are the punching point. And it's very simple to integrate. Before issuing any ID cards and other thing, we need to conduct the training. then it will be compliant 100%. Correct. And the training record is a totally different game out. What the data is asking is a totally different game out. Root cause. Now these are the only sample which I have given in the previous slides. These are the only few iceberg, related few points. There are the many other points I want to highlight it, but I think it's should not be overburden all the data. But the overall thought process is this: there's a data integrity issue, understanding issues, and many issues which we want to highlight, and why it happens. There's a departmental. Every department work in a silos. And another leadership issue which I observed, I work in the 2018 in the corporate level. Another leadership issue is one of the biggest issue of that, tomorrow you will be as a MD, CEOs and other thing. And which I observed that there's a 4 or 5 departments are sitting there. You tell me the training data. If another person will speak about that, no sir, this training data is not there, it should be like this. The leadership always which destroy this leadership quality which destroy the quality of the data. If I ask to ESG why you are speaking operation department, we are telling. So this is the collaboration we want. We hire a we conduct a town hall meeting, we conduct a leadership workshop, we conduct a collaboration workshop, collaboration thing, collaboration exec, collaboration game plan. But during the review, when someone is speaking, we stop it, and that's make the departmental silent. And many I got and everyone says everyone has to collaborate each other. During review, we make the silo system. And this is a very ridiculous thing happens during the review patterns. And but this is a ironically fact. We are our the people, foolish people. We are not supporting the collaboration, and we are asking, we are blaming the others. So this is happens. So departmental silo is one of the things. I saw one ESG which I communicated. ESG, sir, this is my data I required. I just sent it to all. My job to collect the data. I just report into the system. Whether what is the data quality, I want to go into detail or not. Because if you go into detail, you will find out hundreds of issues, and nobody want to go into the detail. This is ironically fact. Nobody want to go into detail. That is one of the major issue. And solution strategy is very important. This would data optimize and ignoring the stakeholders' perspective. The stakeholders' perspective is very much important. It's a basically collaboration aspect. You once you will do it properly, you will find out many important issues and many actionable points also while rigorously reviewing it. And lack of consistency in the reporting. This reporting try to get it more online systems and make it more enterprise level is one of the best system, and you can do it offline also. That is also one of the good ways also. And misalignment with the organization goals and potential legal and financial consequences. And we need to understand if you are reporting intentionally or unintentionally something wrong, other things. So it will be very good, very bad way in implementation of these things. So there's many legal cases happens. Any corporate if you go, so are they been reflected here? We need to see it today or tomorrow. Online system tomorrow. If CB is their portal is linked with respect to different ministry, then what will happen? Your before and after data will be very different. So be careful. Today is a digitized world. Tomorrow it may become, but we need to be very careful. Or any employee can bring out this notice to the any media. And relevant KPIs and backup template is one of the issue. So the most of the missing part, and hardly people are aware and talking about this topic. And I could not see any courses with respect to talk about the backup templates. It's very important at this how the daily basis data you are gathering, how the daily basis converted into the per unit basis site wise monthly data, how the whole site monthly data is collated into the, and the how regional data is collated, how the corporate data is collated, and whether the data is we have that evidence of daily basis or a monthly basis, weekly basis or not. So that everything is a very important to look into it. And whether another question water related, I just, for example, whether are you adding the water if there is a unit, there are the residential unit, there's a process unit. Some considers no residential also be included. Some consider residential not to be included. Because we are withdrawing the data, we need to add it. So there is ambiguity. There's always be ambiguity because it is a CB also, guideline is also things uh, getting mature. It will take some time. So, so we need to give the disclaimer. Tomorrow, though, someone is going to, benchmark, or you are going to benchmark with other company. So this data is, whether the residential area to be included or not. There's always be a question mark. Always people ask here and there question. But if you have some doubt, you can make a disclaimer also. So there are many things people understanding about reading the each every data is very important. And greenwashing is one of, no need to talk about it. It's one of the, some greenwashing I will talk about the intentional, some greenwashing is about the unintentional. And unintentional part is very much we can be covered by getting the good guidance by the competent persons. Always see the whether the person work in the industry or not. If you're hiring any consultant, make the because you're spending some money, or listen to your own company person is also very important, and be honest with respect to things and understand what is the intent of that. If you do not understand the intent of this, then the greenwashing is going to come. And the depth of engagement, which I said, make we ourselves create as a corporate level, silo system. We are restricting the engagement things. Still, there is a long way to go in terms of the definition, understanding of the requirement, data quality, each and everything. And we need to address the stakeholders' concerns also. What today's world is like this. When you are going to give me this data, give me the date. This is today's world, corporate world is working, and whether this guy is able to understand whether the process has been set, whether his understanding is proper or not, who is going to help him. No, I don't want to listen anything. You need to give this submit data, whatever data you just submit it, because I need to compile, I need to submit, give it to the printing purpose. This is not a good way. This is a very bad culture. So we need to identify the such type of behavior, such type of things. We need to listen to the stakeholder concern. We need to understand that if you do not understand, listen the stakeholder concern, your quality of data will be hampered. I observed many good people want to put down for the quality of the data. They are out of the company because they want to make the good system. Other people are just data coming and going, just do it and leave it. So this is the culture we need to understand. We need to drive it properly. Qualitative culture has to be drive it. Everyone is asking, okay, you raise the problem, give me the date. That is also nobody is raising the problem also today's world, because we are giving the job to him only. What is the date? And if someone is raising the problem, we're not solving the problem of the issues at the bottom. We are giving the blame to others. So this is the in our hand is about the leadership quality. I think ESG related, the good leadership quality is very much important. Such type of sessions will be helpful. Relevant KPI has to be properly incorporated. Each and everything is very important, and continuous monitoring. What happened in the continuous monitoring? Everyone wake up at the January or January to March. Okay, we need to start to work for the ESG data. So that's not a good practice. We need to start from the early basis to identify the things. And penalty, we already discussed. Greenwashing, waste loss, trust preservation is very important. And way forward, I will talk about that. The most and critical important thing is strategic integration. So we need to integrate the ESG and into the core business strategy in the long-term success and resilience. It should be inclusive way, understanding the definition. We need a good, competent senior persons into that. Many I saw many junior staffs are coming, which is very good things also. But we need to see with respect to some qualitative aspects also. The blend of good thought process is very very important, and leadership and culture. If bad leadership and bad cultures give the wrong data, which I have given a lots of example, the bad culture play a very important role into the ESG quality data. Ultimately, sufferer is that employee may get the job here and there. Ultimately, sufferer is that company and the workers and staff and the whole ecosystem. So, good culture is very very important. And data platform, uh, try to integrate the data. Integration is very important. If you're the EPR SAP system, ERP systems and SAP system, try to get the data from there end, so that it should be very well auditable data. And third party assurance, it's your chance to how you do it. Their understanding levels, we need to take it to it. And eco designs, think about the life cycle analysis, perspectives. I always suggest ESG is a mandatory training should be given to all employees, like safety training, health training, environment training, ESG trainings, so that even up to the bottom level, the content will be different. Content ESG is not about the reporting the data, is about the intent. What is applicable? What ESG applicable to the worker? What ESG is applicable to the any junior staff, office staff, each and everything. What is there are the applicability? What is their KPI with respect to this? It has to be incorporated. And probably tomorrow, EHS department will be known as a ESG department. Unfortunately, right now there is a two different silos and two different gametes are there. So something we need to see that life cycle analysis is very very important. If you do not do it, the people cannot understand the importance of this. So now I am coming to the last phase. Align action with the accountability. We need to fix the accountability with respect to all the necessary aspects. It's not about that, giving the only the accountability. We need to give the complete awareness, supports, capacity building program is very very important. Each and every employees, we need to draw a plan, and ESG is a completely profitable. Unfortunately, most of the some of the leader, I will say, I don't know the most or some of the leader, and they feel ESG is a cost burden, because once you see carbon credit, I want to reduce it, there is a carbon vendor will come, he will ask you this amount of capex, you give it to me, I will put it. And you may not aware about that, he is going to give the a cumulative model or independent model. I will always suggest, like this maybe forum not, but you should be aware, composite people are failing. If you are going with respect to independent model, it always works. So because of the cost luring, people are not aware what to take decision in terms of the carbon credit reduction. There's a multiple players are like this, and everyone is facing the problem today because of lack of awareness. Right now everyone meet the target, and continuous improvement, it's a journey. It's not about that I have done it today, I want to stop it. It's about the cost reduction, it's about the reduction in terms of the energy, it's about the reduction in terms of the waste, it's about the reduction in terms of the any losses, it's about the employee well-being, it's about the employee welfare, good schemes, each and everything. This is a very very important. It's not about that we should not always talk about what new things going to launch. This is the new biggest problem in corporate. Everyone want to take initiative. What new things? What is my new KPI? And the basic fundamental are missing. And what the system you already incorporated, install, everyone is vanished. Never to go with respect to new thing. Always ask, make it more effective and adequate. So we are not making the adequate and effectiveness, and we are going the new things. And I saw many good new equipments are coming. Many new equipment people are buying, but where is their OEM? Operational equipment manuals, it is not available. Their operation efficiency, preventive maintenance is not being done. People are not talking about the document control, which is a very important part. So these are the which ultimately it gives the cost. your intention to bring the something good and make the collar, and the basic systems are losing. And here in ESG, it's not the document control, it's not talk about the basic preventive maintenance, but it's a very play important role, especially the compressor, which takes a higher uh, you know energy consumption into the industry area. So we need to think about it. And protecting the brand, the purpose of this whole session is about to protect the brand, understand what are the gaps in reality, what is happening. And if you are doing well, if you feel if you are doing well, it's good. But it's always be good to start with a fresh look to into your system. Is it anything wrong or right? So take always a fresh perspective without any ego and overconfidence. So that's the things I want to make a thing. Continuous engagement, talk with the stakeholders openly, and ongoing training is very, very important. And that's the things. This session is open. I think a limited audience is there. I don't know why, but hope this recording will be useful in future.
No, sir, we can see only that many people, but it's a live session, so the viewers cannot be seen by us.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So there are a few questions. Thank you so much, sir, for the valuable session and for your insights. It was really truly a different perspective for us, and thank you so much. There are a few questions, sir. What's the biggest challenge you face in engaging with ESG metrics? Lack of data, lack of training, or lack of management buy-in?
I will say the first important part, lack of data is a very important, but lack of data will come later on. Lack of understanding with respect to the terminology is one of the biggest issue. And silo system is one of the biggest challenge, the collaboration. And that is the leadership part is this. If you are if you are getting the data here and there, it may be done. But problem is whether the data understanding to what the data required or not required, understanding and reading the definitions is one of the things. And people, the biggest challenge is that people are not spending the time. The time is one of the crucial things. If everyone spend the time, everyone is going to read, and everyone there will be requirement of to discuss whether are we the data is or there, because guidelines are there over the net. Everything is there. Knowledge is everywhere over the net. Company has the data, but only thing someone has to put down the brain, think, discuss, collaborate, interactive session. That I will say the time spent by each and individual is one of the biggest. And then the data will come. Data can is not a big things. If you make a system, and you should, once you make the system, data and system should not be changed every time. Today one auditor will come, he will give you another perspective. Another will come, he will listen, he will understand, he will give another perspective. So always be good, make a one thing clearly, so that side people should not be confused. So time spent, I will say, is one of the things, and data will come. Definitely, it will come. That it will not be an issue.
Okay,
But
sir.
for scope three, it will be scope three is related is a challenge. Scope three.
Yes, sir. So second question is, how do we deal with the gray areas of conflicts? Example, when financial performance pressures contradict long-term ESG goals.
Yeah, of course, there is a financial crisis always be with respect to thing. But I will suggest there are the multiple options are available. We need to see these multiple options. In India today, if you talk about the waste management, there are multiple options are available. We may not aware. We are some. We need to drive and strive for the different champions with respect to ESG. It should not be a part of the few group of people have to drive it. It should be given a a hackathon system. If we have the problem, let us have a hackathon with respect to the waste management, with respect to I know the solar systems. Another thing is energy. This is one of the financial challenges. So we can keep it here and there based on the performance. But there are the many cost effective solutions are available. Today's world, it is available over the net also. Only we need to do some work on this. But of course, there will be some challenge, especially with respect to the energy sector. But waste management, there are the solutions are available. People have to look into it and that will be some.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. In BRSR Section C, key performance KPIs, some companies report high return to work and retention rates after parental leave, but often only for permanent employees, ignoring contract workers. Do you see this as a reputational risk? And how should companies address this selective disclosure?
Yeah, parental leave is I will say it's still many people are not aware. And maternal leave, everyone is aware. Even like if you see Women's Day, everyone aware, but Men's Day, hardly people aware and we observe. I
Yes,
think we
sir.
need to
Yes, sir.
start to observe the Men's Day, World Men's Day also. Probably paternal leave will be very soon. It will be more promotional. It is not been a awareness issue. Paternal leave is one of the awareness issue. But if you see the workers, the driving of even the maternal leave up to the worker contractual level, still it is a challenge.
Yeah,
It is
that's
not percolated.
yes, yes, sir.
Even
There's
posh welfare facility up to the worker level, contractor worker levels, if you see the especially the construction industry is one of the biggest challenge. People are not at all aware. And such type of awareness, we need to drive it. This is everyone's our responsibility. Once you do the awareness, because they are on the daily basis. So awareness is very, very important, and somewhere they negotiate with respect to these aspects also. So it will be one of the biggest challenge. It can be substituted by the making them aware each and everything. Awareness is one of the things. Awareness to the contractors, awareness to the all the people, stakeholders is the way. And the only first I will say start to celebrate Men's Day.
And how should the companies address this selective disclosure, sir?
Yeah, companies started proper disclosure. I saw that. So disclosure is people have started to the quality of report compared to last couple of years is being very good. And SEBI also given the liberty to change the things if is something wrong with respect to data previous people are getting aware now they are correcting the data. So I think there is a good improvement into the industry.
Okay, thank you, sir. Many companies report 100% grievance redressal in their BRSR. How credible is this figure, and what checks should stakeholders apply to ensure it's not just window dressing?
Yeah, which I already highlighted. This is a well
Yes, sir. You
important point.
yes, sir.
Probably it always be complete. But I want to here highlight one of the company which other can benchmark is a Tata. Tata has a one eye care systems and other thing, and their robust systems in true spirit it is being followed. And I don't know. Hope in future the government will launch some portal, complaint portals and other thing. So the data, automatic data will come. So this always be a question mark. Complaint system will be always be a question mark. We really can't rely this data, and this is a mm, underlying issue. It's not been
You
reported. It's a
yes, sir. You
challenge.
very well highlighted the same in
But
one of
only
your.
thing is that company the seriousness about the board level is a very very important. That is a their leadership drive is very very important. Sensitive drive is very very things. And nowadays employees are very getting the very much aware, and vendor is getting aware. So tomorrow there is a big threat and big risk to the company if vendor can see I raised this issue but you reported zero. They can vendor can report against to the company. So probably in couple of years, vendors, this threat will make the things honest data reporting each and everything it will come. So the awareness again to the come point of the awareness to the vendor level and ecosystem level, everyone should know what is their right and things, where they can report, where they can highlight. So everyone knows their own requirement, then it will be.
Sure, sir. Some companies claim zero workplace accidents or fatalities under occupational health and safety. How can firms responsibly report this while ensuring that incidents aren't underreported to protect reputation?
Yeah, That is again the same scenarios are
Same
like this.
scenario, yes, sir.
Even if you see the CB, there is also tweak which I mentioned. There is a reporting to the factory inspector. Some people are getting the interpretation. If it is a construction, I should not report the fatality. Another challenge is that if any accident happen into the construction site, if any construction contractor are there, which is a listed company, this accident will be reported under by whom? It will be under the client side or it will be under the contractor. People have that doubt. So this
Obviously,
is
they
the
won't.
somewhere the policy related also there. The best solution which I find out that now all, but it's a government interventions are always be there. Government interventions like this now everyone is going to the ESI hospital. Every accident happens because this is now the system is in place. Last 20 years which I observed that there are the few fixed system, especially I observed in Delhi. If anyone reporting into the ESI hospital, it automatically system triggered is goes to the local police station. So ideally, the government, if they are really interested, this system should trigger to the factory inspector, construction inspector, and it should go to the even some common portal of the occupational health and safety portal. So once this automation will happen, then the whole things will come.
Yes,
It's
sir.
underreported, but probably the because any accident happen, it will go to ESI. So this is now as everyone clear because they are getting the claim, they are getting the money as they reach and everything. Contractor always go. So probably these things can be solved by this thing, and because and second part is the fatality related things. Uh, the cost of life in India is very poor. That's why the safety is very poor in India. The hardly if you see the 4 to 5 lakh per person cost
Yes,
of the life.
yes, sir.
So it's a very less. Hearing loss, I couldn't hear. Asbestos, I couldn't hear. Silicosis, I couldn't hear. There are many cases are like this. But this is the only awareness and compensation. The biggest problem which I interacted with many abroad people and other thing. The India's biggest issue is that compensation rule. Compensation is very less and it should be very probably I will recommend for good companies it should be rationalized. For a smaller contractor and the bigger contractor they have the good resources, this amount should be rational, it should not be same. Bigger company can afford big things and they should be because they are capable. Small company have the some little bit things, but this is the thing. That's why the occupational health and safety awareness is not being given because the risk, financial risk, is very less for a person.
Yes, sir. For product life cycle assessments, LCAs, under Principle 2, some companies declare yes, but don't mention the percentage of products covered. Does this partial disclosure amount to misrepresentation? That's one part.
Yeah, of course, it's a partial disclosure, and that is one of the biggest issue. But if I can see the most of the companies started to report. If you see the last 3 years data and last current year data, now LCA related people are starting to conduct the thing because LCA is not a one day job to conduct or a couple of months. It takes time of for 3 to 6 months times to conduct each and every in detail in thorough in general. So now companies are doing and companies knows these are the gaps because everyone benchmarking each other's BRSR report. So I think in a couple of years it will be solved.
I think so. With the peer benchmarking thing, this will go down a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Companies report high renewable energy use, but often purchase renewable energy certificates, RECs, without actually shifting operations. Should this be disclosed more transparently in BRSR?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is, but it's a volunteer. It's a volunteer. So I should not say, but at least the people are getting the right now the intent of BRG. We should not go and emphasize with this to pinpointing. But right now intention is people are moving towards our national goal and zero net zero. So people are moving. There's an electricity board. There is a law change. There's a net zero. So everything is moving into that direction. So I think it's going in a good direction. We should not go
Yes.
right now. It's too early to go into that minor level.
Sure, sir. Could you elucidate more on the carbon credit reduction with regards to cumulative models and others? To understanding terminology, could you give some examples from an Indian context, since many firms are trying to follow EU taxonomy, which might not be relevant from an Indian perspective?
Yeah, I think it is a separate session will be required. EU
Yes.
taxonomy, it's going to be very important, and probably still industry will is coming with respect to out of that. So there are many things going on. It's a
Yes,
very
sir.
important, but it will take some time to
Maybe a
to
separate
answer.
session. I would
Separate
suggest
session will be.
yeah,
But it's a very important topic, huh? Very
yes,
relevant, very nice question. I
very
appreciate.
relevant. Yes, sir. Looking from the Indian perspective.
Yeah.
That's it with the questions, sir. I hope everybody's answered. I would request Bhavik to take over for the vote of thanks.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the SRSB, I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for joining us today for this thoughtful, provoking webinar on responsible ESG, protecting reputation with purpose. Your active participation, engaging questions, and valuable insights truly added depth to the today's discussion. Your involvement reflects a strong commitment to embedding responsibility and purpose at the heart of the ESG practices, an approach that is vital for building trust and safeguarding the reputation of business in today's stakeholders driven world. A special word of appreciation to our embed speaker, Mr. Devesh Gule, for sharing an rich experience and practical perspective on how organization can strengthen their ESG framework responsibly, navigate assurance challenges, and uphold the credibility of their sustainability disclosures. You are insightful on aligning ESG reporting with purpose and protecting reputation will surely guide professionals and preparers as they move forward. As business embrace responsible ESG, balancing compliance with genuine purpose will be key to building resilient organization that can stand up to the scrutiny and earn stakeholders' trust. Today's session has taken us a step further in understanding how to translate these principles into actions. We hope you found today's session meaningful and insightful. We warmly invite you to join us again for our next webinar on Thursday, 3 to 5 p.m., where we will continue exploring critical topics in evolving sustainability and reporting landscape. Once again, thank you for your valuable time, your keen engagement, and your commitment to driving responsible ESG practices. We look forward to you continue participation and support in our future initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for giving this opportunity. Thank you ICI, Manisha ji, Damini ji, and Bhavik, and all the team member and all the participants.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Devesh, sir.
much.
I think so.
Thank you, Devesh sir.
Venkat Ramanji is putting hands, raising his hands.
No, I did not raise my hands. I just thank you for the event. It was a good one. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you,
thank you
Venkat
so
ji.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Devesh, sir. Thank you,
Thank you.
Bhavik. Thank you, Damini. Thank you
Thank
to the
you.
SRSB team. Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Tech support. Tech support. Tech support, can we go offline? Can we go offline? Tech support, please end the webinar.
And